Hey you, have you been trying to lose weight? You feel like you're doing everything right, yet you can't seem to lose that stubborn belly fat? Well, I'm glad you clicked on this video because today I'm gonna give you 10 reasons why you may not be losing weight. So let's start off by addressing the most obvious and important one. You're simply not in a calorie deficit, and if losing body fat is your goal, this is the single most important thing we want to focus on: calories in versus calories out. We need to try and create some sort of a negative energy balance throughout our daily routine. Now, if you've been gaining or maintaining your weight throughout the weeks and months, that means that you've been doing just enough to maintain your weight, or worse, gain the weight. Think about the times when you've gotten sick. You've probably lost some weight. What if I told you to fast for the next 5 days? You are going to lose weight. It is literally impossible to gain weight in a calorie deficit. So something needs to give. We either need to be eating less or moving more, or a combination of both. Now, if you haven't given this video a watch, I'd highly recommend it, as I talk about 10 tips that help me get shredded and help me create that calorie deficit. Now, this one seems to be a bit problematic for most people and a huge reason why you may not be losing weight, and I'm talking about snacking. And not snacking that is planned, prepared, and tracked. I'm talking about the handful of nuts, the half donut, or the 3 potato chips that you might have gotten offered at work. Newsflash, everybody, these things have calories, and this may be the reason that you may not be losing weight, simply because you don't see it as a meal. You might have tracked your full day of eating, but you forgot about these little snacks that have calories that may end up being anywhere between 100 to 300 extra calories daily. Therefore, they're not allowing you to get into that calorie deficit. If you're trying to lose 1 pound of body fat a week, that is 3,500 calories, and this can easily knock off anywhere between 500 to 1,000 of those calories. So before you snack, ask yourself, am I really hungry? Because if you are, you should be able to eat a big piece of protein, and if not, welcome to the life of getting shredded. Drink some 0-calorie soda, or maybe some more water. That's a good one. And I'm talking about having unrealistic goals. Goals like, I'm trying to lose 20 pounds in 4 weeks, or what's the quickest and newest fat diet that's gonna help me get shredded in 6 weeks. Now, while these may give you results, what happens when you get there? 9 times out of 10, studies have shown that almost 70 to 90% of people end up gaining that weight back. This is called yo-yo dieting, something you wanna stay away from. Instead, you wanna find a diet and training plan that's gonna be realistic for you to be consistent with, so you can stick to long term. All of this is going to come down to adherence, something that you can actually stick to, so you can get these results long term instead of focusing on the quick fix and that short term gain. Nope, this isn't alcohol. This is olive oil. Now, what we're gonna talk about right now are healthy fats, and how this may be the reason why you may not be losing weight, especially if you're not tracking them or taking them into account. Fats are an important macronutrient that you should consume every single day. Fats are the highest macronutrient when it comes to calories. 9 calories per gram to be exact, compared to protein and carbs that have 4 calories per gram. Literally double the amount of calories. And if you're anything like my mom, when she pours into her healthy 100 and 200 calorie salad, later on it ends up being 1,000 plus calories, and let's not forget about everything else she put on it. Mom, I love you. Drinking your calories. Now, this is a quick and easy one, yet most people are still making this mistake. I want you to think about choosing your calories wisely. What's gonna give me the biggest bang for my buck? When we're restricting calories, trying to be in a calorie deficit, we're already not eating as much food as we'd like. So we wanna be able to spend our calories to the foods and options that are gonna fill us up more and keep us more satiated. It's gonna take you a lot longer to finish a plate of food compared to a drink that you can realistically chug in less than a minute. Instead, look for 0-calorie options or drink more water. But hey, we'll do it together. Cheers to getting shredded. Fresca's the fucking bomb. You're sitting for way too long. Now, this is a very common and huge problem and approach when trying to lose weight, simply because you're not expending and you're not burning enough calories. And it's very easy to overeat when you're not burning a lot of calories, when you're spending most of your time sitting down. So you have to be very careful and tracking how many calories you're actually eating. Prioritize some cardio, but overall, we need to find some time to just move a little bit more, or like I said, we just have to really watch our calorie intake to make sure we're actually in a deficit. Now, if you and I were eating the same amount of calories, yet you spend most of your day sitting down and I'm usually out and about, I'm gonna end up getting better results than you because I'm burning more calories than you. You see what I'm saying? Hey, you, listen up, because this one is very dear to my heart because I'm trying to help you. It's why I make these videos, but so many people make these mistakes. I see it, I know it, friends and family, some of my clients, and we're not gonna talk about consistency here. No, we're just gonna talk about the fact that everybody's a king and queen Monday through Friday, sticking to the meal plan, doing the cardio and doing the workouts, but it happens that Saturday and Sunday we just throw that out the door and forget about everything, and we just rage and party and get all of these calories in, and then we start back up on Monday, and then we just can't figure out why I'm not losing weight. In fact, I am freaking gaining weight because while we're in a deficit Monday through Friday, we're 9 times out of 10 in a calorie surplus on the weekends because you're probably not moving as much and you're just eating way too much. So ways to combat that is plan ahead. Make sure you get some cardio in, prioritize that, get a workout in, focus on protein and veggies during the day, knowing that you're gonna get most of your calories out at night. You just have to plan to make sure you set yourself up for success. So this next one is very common, and it's cutting too aggressively. And what do I mean by that? It's cutting your calories, or maybe doing something you've never done before, like a 20-hour fast, or maybe just skipping meals because that's what you heard or that's what you think you need to do to lose weight. No, you'd be surprised how many calories you can actually eat if you focus on a calorie intake where you can track on a weekly basis, and that way you can actually monitor it, and depending on if you're losing, maintaining, or gaining weight, you can go from there. But if you're cutting your calories too low, that can actually hurt you in the long run because your metabolism's eventually going to adapt. You're also not gonna feel well, you're probably gonna have less energy, you're gonna be a lot hungrier, therefore eventually you're just gonna quit and you're not gonna stick to it, and this is all gonna go back to adherence, doing something that is gonna be realistic for you to stick to long term. Stop looking for the short term gain and stop making dieting that much harder than it is. Now this next one's extremely underrated, and I'm not sure why most people don't talk about it as much or don't make it seem to be as important as it really is. And the way I see it, when it comes to fat loss, you should prioritize these 3 in this order: your sleep, your nutrition, and your training. Why? Because they all go hand in hand. They all work together. Think about when's the last time you didn't get enough sleep. How'd you feel? You probably didn't feel the greatest. You're probably tired. You wanted to punch somebody in the face. And if you went to the gym, you probably didn't have the greatest workout. And in case you're wondering why you woke up extremely hungry, that's because your ghrelin, your hunger hormone, is so elevated that now you want to eat everything and anything in sight, and your brain is setting you up for failure by signaling you to eat all these sugary foods that are going to make you feel good. Most of the fat burning process occurs when we sleep, so we want to try and prioritize sleep. So if you're already sleeping 5 hours, let's try and up that to 6 hours. If you can get the 6 hours to 7, we just need to try to get to bed a little bit earlier. And if you have some time in your day to take a 15-20 minute nap, hey, why not? And last but not least, there's a reason why I save this one for last, because this one tends to trigger a lot of people. And before we get into it, I want you to know that I'm your friend. I'm your coach. I'm looking out for you. I want the best results for you, and that's why I make these videos. But as your coach, I can't just be your cheerleader and tell you everything you want to hear. I have to be honest with you, and I have to tell you sometimes the things you don't want to hear, so here goes nothing. You're making way too many excuses. It's just as simple as that. You're giving me so many reasons why you can't stick to the plan, why you can't meal prep, why you can't set time to eat right, why you always have to go out and buy junk food, why you can't go to the gym. Why? You see, there's always why. When is that gonna be enough? When you really want something in life, you go get it. You figure it out. There's a quote that honestly, when I read it, it changed my perspective, and it says, your circumstances doesn't change your responsibility. We have to take ownership and be responsible for the things that we want in life. Think about when you were young, you wanted to go to your friend's house, you wanted to sleep over. What did? You did everything you possibly can. You cried, you begged, but you got it. Why? Because you didn't stop. You worked so hard and you got exactly what you wanted, and now what's the difference? You either want it or you don't. Now, before I let you guys go, if you're looking for a personalized custom diet and training plan that's gonna be realistic and it's gonna fit your lifestyle, find me on Instagram, send me a message, and I would really appreciate if you enjoyed this video, you smash that thumbs up button, you subscribe to the channel if you're new, you tap that bell where you guys get notified when I post, comment down below as this really helps share these videos out to more viewers, and let's go get these gains, fix these mistakes, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.